Did you know that nearly 70% of people feel overwhelmed by their daily tasks? That's a staggering number. Many of us believe that mastering time management is the key to happiness and success. Yet, research shows that more than 90% of people still struggle to manage their time effectively, leading to stress and burnout. This may sound shocking, but the truth is that traditional time management techniques often fall short. Instead of just cramming more into our schedules, we need to rethink our approach to time. In this video, we'll explore the myths and realities behind popular time management strategies. You'll discover how to align your tasks with your body's natural rhythms, understand why procrastination can sometimes be your friend, and learn the secret to feeling time rich instead of time poor. Get ready to challenge everything you thought you knew about managing your time. Whether you're a busy professional, a student, or anyone trying to juggle life, this journey will equip you with practical insights to reclaim your day and boost your productivity. Let's dive in. Chapter 1. The Myth of Perfect Time Management. Why it's not about the clock. Most people believe that if they could just manage their time better, everything would fall into place. But here's the thing. Time management isn't about packing your schedule to the brim. In fact, one study found that over 80% of people who use traditional time management techniques still struggle with distractions and procrastination. The truth is, time management is more about managing yourself than the hours on the clock. According to Daniel Pink, author of When Our Energy Levels Follow a Predictable Pattern Throughout the Day, known as the peak, trough, and rebound cycle. Pink argues that it's more effective to align tasks with your energy levels instead of simply watching the clock. For instance, focus-heavy work is best done during your peak hours, while more routine tasks are better saved for when your energy dips. This approach turns time management on its head. Instead of cramming tasks into a rigid schedule, pay attention to your natural energy flows. That's the real key to getting things done without feeling overwhelmed. Chapter 2. Procrastination, Friend or Foe? When delays lead to breakthroughs, we've all been taught to see procrastination as the enemy of productivity. But what if I told you that it's not always a bad thing? According to research by Dr. Adam Grant, a leading organizational psychologist, procrastination can sometimes enhance creativity. In his book Originals, Grant talks about how many creative geniuses, including Steve Jobs, embraced procrastination. They delayed decision-making or action on purpose because it allowed more time for ideas to incubate. Think about it. How many times have you been stuck on a problem, only to find a solution after stepping away? That's procrastination working for you, not against you. Of course, there's a fine line between procrastinating productively and just putting things off. The key is intentional procrastination. If you're stuck on something, give your mind a break by doing something completely different, like going for a walk or working on a low-pressure task. Often, that mental distance leads to clearer thinking and better ideas. So, procrastination doesn't always deserve the bad rap it gets. Sometimes, delaying a task can actually help you come back stronger. Chapter 3. The Over-Optimization Trap. When efficiency kills creativity in the pursuit of productivity, many of us fall into the trap of over-optimization. We structure our days down to the minute, try to shave off seconds wherever possible, and push ourselves to work faster. But there's a hidden danger to this approach. Over-optimization can kill creativity. A Harvard Business Review article found that individuals who micromanage their time are less likely to experience the free-flowing thought needed for innovation. This is because our brains need space to wander in order to connect dots and come up with creative solutions. When we focus too much on efficiency, we lose that flexibility. Author Cal Newport, in his book Deep Work, argues that to produce truly meaningful work, we need to carve out time for deep, uninterrupted focus. But here's the catch. Deep work requires that you don't optimize every moment of your day. If you're constantly switching between tasks, responding to emails, or crossing things off your to-do list, you're training your brain to stay shallow. It's counterintuitive, but sometimes being less efficient and allowing yourself to get lost in a task can lead to better results. Give yourself permission to unplug and let your brain roam without the pressure of constant time checks. This way, you'll protect your creative energy instead of draining it in the name of productivity. If you're enjoying these insights, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more tips and strategies on personal development. Chapter 4. Chronobiohacking. Aligning your tasks with your body's natural clock. Ever feel like some tasks are easier at certain times of the day? That's because your body has its own internal clock, or circadian rhythm, which influences your energy, focus, and productivity. Research from the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism shows that our body temperature, hormone levels, and alertness follow daily patterns that can significantly affect our performance. Daniel Pink, in his book When, explains that most people experience peak productivity in the morning, a slump in the early afternoon, and a rebound later in the day. But not everyone follows the same pattern. Night owls, for example, often find their most productive hours in the evening. The trick is to figure out your personal chronotype and schedule tasks accordingly. For instance, if you're a morning person, try tackling your hardest, most focus-heavy work early in the day. If you're more of a night owl, save those tasks for later when your brain is at its sharpest. This is chrono-biohacking in action, using your body's natural rhythms to optimize your performance instead of fighting them. This strategy is all about working with your body, not against it. Once you understand your natural highs and lows, you can align your schedule to match your energy, making productivity feel effortless. Chapter 5. The Productivity Passion Disconnect. Why time management won't fix burnout. One of the biggest myths about time management is that if you just manage your schedule perfectly, you won't burn out. But here's the thing. Burnout often has less to do with time management and more to do with the disconnect between what you have to do and what you want to do. In a Gallup survey of nearly 7,500 full-time employees, 23% reported feeling burned out at work very often, while another 44% said they felt burned out sometimes. These numbers suggest that burnout isn't about not having enough time. It's about spending time on things that drain you emotionally, mentally, and even physically. Author Greg McKeown, in his book Essentialism, The Disciplined Pursuit of Less, argues that burnout happens when we spread ourselves too thin across tasks that don't align with our core passions or values. No amount of time management can solve that. Instead, the solution is to focus on the few things that truly matter and eliminate or delegate the rest. So, before diving into another time-blocking strategy, ask yourself, are you managing time, or are you managing passion? If you're not aligned with your passions, no scheduling trick will save you from burnout. Chapter 6. Time-rich versus time-poor. The secret to reclaiming your day. Have you ever noticed that some people always seem to have time for everything, while others are constantly rushed? This boils down to a mindset of being time-rich versus time-poor. Time richness doesn't mean you have more hours in the day. It means you're in control of how you use your time. According to a study published in Social Psychological and Personality Science, people who feel they have more control over their time experience higher levels of happiness and life satisfaction. On the flip side, those who feel time poor, like they never have enough time, are more likely to feel stressed, overwhelmed, and dissatisfied with their lives. How can you shift from time poor to time rich? The key is prioritization. Laura Vanderkam, in her book 168 Hours, You Have More Time Than You Think, suggests doing a time audit to see exactly where your time is going. Once you identify where you're losing time, whether it's excessive meetings, social media scrolling, or tasks that don't serve your goals, you can cut back and focus on what truly matters. Another strategy is to build white space into your calendar. This is time that isn't scheduled, which allows for flexibility, reflection, or simply catching up on what's important. Having these open blocks makes you feel more in control and gives you the freedom to tackle unexpected challenges without feeling rushed. When you start thinking about time as something you can shape rather than something you're always chasing, you'll feel more in control and less stressed. If you found these strategies helpful, make sure to subscribe for more insights into personal development and time management tips that can truly change your life.